this offense can to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Rice. That one good for 13 and a New England first down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. The man under center will be Carson Wentz, the third-year quarterback hailing from North Dakota State.
And what a blow it had to have been for Carson. Wentz to realize his season was over after the injury in Los Angeles with his team just rolling at that point. Dreams of a Super Bowl in everyone's head, but as soon as the doctors cleared him, he made every quarterback meeting, every team meeting, spent extra time with Nick Foles, stayed involved with the team on the sidelines during games. He was probably their biggest supporter during their run to the Super Bowl. Never dropped his head, stayed involved.
Stopped shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 7 yards on the play, and it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw is Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Underneath for Johnson. The solid stiff arm.
Stiff arm, baby.
All the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Wentz now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken a first-quarter lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And he will get in to make it 8-0.
Let's go! Run! Run to the...
So they get in for the opening drive score, and they go for two. They kept the kicker lonesome over there. They said, we don't need you this time.
Kickers? Who needs kickers for PATs?
Be nice now.
We want them for field goals, not for PATs. They went for two and got it. It's a new tone setter for this team.
And he'll take it past the 25.
He juked the shit out of me.
8-yard line. Now the first carry for LaShawn McCoy. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go.
Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. Joey Bosa in there to sack him for a loss of 6.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Hey, let's go! And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
We got 4.
From the gun, Vic. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think we'll see
Hey, sometimes you just gotta leave a guy wide open.
The backfield, they love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Returnable now for Woodson. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Run. On the ball.
On 1st down, Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open
What
field.
are these fucking
can really generate
animations?
big plays for an offense.
It'll be a 2-yard gain. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Orlando in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. From the gun, it's Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Wentz now on 1st down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Into the red zone, Wentz. And not able to get it that time. He'd hit on 6 straight passes. Not there, 2nd down. The linebacker, Telvin Smith, able to get a hand on it there. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well.
On the ball.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Over the middle here to Brown. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he will take it in for the touchdown. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he is in to make it 16-0. So 2 successful 2-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or 2-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
And out now come the Cowboys. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now a 2nd down throw for Vick. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Vick operating on first down. Green's got it over the middle. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 2nd down, Vick. Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vick. Ryan Shazier coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. 3rd and long for Vick. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's Brett Kern now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A final shot before half for Wentz. Flush to his right. And it's knocked away and incomplete. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out. Come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know try to force it to his tight end Walker, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Nice pick, nice pick.
First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Throwing now is Wentz. Going to drop this off to McCoy, complete. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2. They'll try and run for it with Johnson. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him.
Oh, he cannot get away. Down goes Vic. Deion Jones in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score,
the ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a 3-syllable word.
Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Wentz, dumping it off for Johnson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a second down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. So up comes Wentz as he and the guys on offense here will go for 2.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Butker now to kick this one away.